Morning. So this is my first time. Hi everyone. Welcome. I'm not multitasking. I'm speed thinking. That'll be another show. But I've got my eye on a couple of things happening right here, right now. Welcome. My name is Karen Drosnis, and I am a personal development coach. I have decided to start a new episode going live on Thursdays called Thriving Thursdays. And today is the first episode. I'm also trying being live from my laptop versus my phone. And I'm seeing how that goes. So definitely click on, say hi, let me know you're here, and we'll go from there. I'm going to give it just one more minute, make sure everything's up and running okay. Looks like it is. So, as a personal development coach, life coach, keep it simple, one of my, not the only, but one of my major passions is to be of service to others in a way of presenting and informing of the wisdom that I have come to from years and years and years of some challenging and some beautiful and some trying and some horrific and some splendid and some absolutely wonderful experiences in life. And I have gained a lot. I have studied a lot, especially spirituality. I've studied all forms of it, some in religions, but some in just philosophies and things of that nature. So, welcome aboard. I want to just say hi to everyone. And so today, we've all been going through, and I say this whenever I come live, this has been a real trying time for some. And it's good morning, Lauren. How are you? And it's been really transformational, if nothing else, right? So I really believe that everyone who jumps on here has, in some form or another, had to transform and adapt to a new something living. Hey, brother Emilio. Oh, it's Daniela. Hi, gorgeous goddess. How are you? Hello, lovely. So, we all have been doing some adapting, transforming, changing, shifting, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. Well, it does, but that's all right. For today, we're just going to leave it at whatever you choose. During this time of pandemic or whatever, again, label you want to use. But one of the things I have seen, one of the things that I have experienced myself, one of the things that we all, I think, have been going through is what's my next step? Where do I go? What do I do? How do I shift this? How do I change that? And I see so many and I hear so many talk about trying to find the balance. And I want to offer to you right now, get rid of that word. Remove the word balance from your vocabulary because it's just an illusion. We don't meet balance. What we do is we align with what is. So, again, welcome to Thriving Thursday. And I will be giving you some lessons throughout the Thursdays that I'll be going live on how I have found to thrive in my life. Because many of you know I have had some pretty challenging experiences. And, well, hello there, gorgeous goddess Suzanne. So, I've had some really trying times, and I've learned that I completely do not have balance and I'm not going to have it. And so what I did is I learned to shift into my life to figure out how I can get that. First of all, one of the ways to help remove balance from your vocabulary is to stop striving for it. We use the term strive. I strive in life for this. I strive in life for that. The word strive actually continues in the body in an energetic way that keeps us in angst. So if some of you may experience anxiety in life, get out of the striving for what may or may not come in the future. I'm talking about staying present and being in the moment. So when I talk about removing balance, what I want to teach you to shift into is aligning, becoming aligned with what is. The difference between balance and alignment is balance is this. When sometimes the cradle may go this way, and I need to align with what's up here at that time because that's what's calling me to align. So I'm not very technical yet in how to properly do this without screwing up the whole camera idea. And I also need you to know I'm not an artist, so don't be making fun of my circles. But if you do, it's okay. So I did a little sketch here. If you can see it, I'm coming out of camera view and I'm bringing you in. It's the circle of life. The top one is when you're in balance or in alignment. This bottom one is when you're in alignment. Top one, again, I'm sorry, is full balance. Bottom one is alignment. So the circle of life has many different categories to it. We've got career, social life, finance, travel, health, family, friends, self-development. I add spirituality in there. For me, that's part of my self-development, is to continue to work on my spirituality. This bottom one is where I'm at in my life right now. And if you see, one couple of pieces of my pie are larger than the others because that's where my priorities are right now. That's what I'm aligning with right now. My two major ones for me right now are my health, which we all know what I've experienced. And for those of you that may be new to following me, on June 25th, I had my 4th open heart surgery. And I'm still in the process of recovering, but I've come a long way in 10 short weeks, I'll tell you that. So right now, health and getting back into my business and getting back into work and getting back into my career are two of the top because I've been sedentary since the end of March when my mitral valve went kaput and it just wasn't working pretty much at all. And things were just happening and I needed to have the surgery. So I have been off the grid as far as work and really paying attention to pretty much anything other than just being. So now that I'm moving back in, I'm aligning with my top priorities. Friends is a big one for me because they're a huge support system. So when it comes to the different areas of our lives, we have a tendency to say, oh, I'm beating myself up because I'm focusing so much on this and not enough on that, and da-da-da. And that's where that anxiety and that's where that stress and that's where that deprivation of ourselves and not taking care of ourselves comes from when we're so busy worrying about the other things instead of focusing with where we are. It's learning to be okay with where you are. So if one of your pieces of your pie right now is larger than the rest of the pieces, spot on, good for you, because that's what's calling. That's the other part of it, is knowing what's calling for our attention right now. If family is calling for your attention more than career, then you might want to start to slow that or minimize that career piece of pie down a little and start to expand the family one. And how you can go about doing that is it's always about setting the intention in the morning. Before I even get out of bed in the morning, two things I do. This is before I get out of bed. Before I get out of bed, two things I do. One, I thank the gods for waking me up in the morning, that's for sure, because I took that for granted. So I'm thankful for waking up in the morning, so there's three. And then I go ahead and set my intention of what I want my day to feel like. Not what it's going to be, how I want it to feel. Because my feel is my vibratory energy that raises and levels me up to where I can go ahead and be motivated and I can practice and participate and show up in life in a great way. And then the third thing I do is I repeat 10 times every morning. Life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, so on and so forth for 10 times. That also helps set that intention in my body of what I want the day to be like. So let's go back to aligning with what it is instead of balance, because balance, striving and looking for that F balance. Yes, Suzanne, you got it, sister. F balance. It's not going to happen. Think about your history. Think about where you are in your life. And if you have balance in every area of your life and you feel like you're there, I might have to have a conversation with you because probably somewhere there's something that may need a little bit more attention. But hey, if you do, perfect. Tell me how you got that balance because I personally, I don't believe it is. But what I do know for sure is that I can be in alignment with what is. I try to give every piece of my pie some attention during the day. Sometimes it's only for a little bit. It might be a phone call to a friend. It could be FaceTiming with one of my children or having a visit. My son lives close. He stops by quite often and visits. I'm spending that time. I try to make some form of a lunch date or a play date with a friend, whether it's to do something that they may be working on or I may be working on, having time with them. Right now, I get to spend time with a dear friend. We're doing some chair yoga together, very light. Trust me, we're not expanding real great on that. But I get to spend time with her and being in her presence because she's a very inspiring woman to me. She recently finished her rounds of chemo from pancreatic cancer, and I just get inspired in her presence. And I feel like I'm also serving her. So every day I try to give a little bit of each piece, but most days one piece has a larger. That's being in alignment with what is. There's a teaching out there from Byron Katie, a philosophy of loving what is, and it's taking that ich stuff and turning it in. She does some turnaround questions. You can research it. She does some turnaround questions, and it's about loving that and turning it into how am I loving myself. There's the key to it. And that's the bottom line to what I'm talking about today. When I allow myself to align with what is calling for my attention at that moment, and I become present with it, and I love what's going on right then and there, then I have the ability to flow easier throughout my own life. And I flow into my creativity, especially if it's during work time. And I flow into being present with my friends and my family. Being aligned isn't only what it means to be present. That's going to be another episode down the road. But for today, I just want to let you know, get rid of the word balance out of your vocabulary. Stop striving for anything. Nothing wrong with setting goals and working towards them and making a plan and a daily plan on how you will attain each goal. But stay out of the striving because that creates anxiety in the body. May not think that you're creating anxiety in the brain, but it's creating anxiety in the body. You know, we got to know about our nervous system and how it works and what we're really doing to it by forcing things that may not be able to happen right at the moment. So, rid of balance, move into alignment. Yes, there is a difference between the two. Balance, again, is that overall every area we're not aligning with what is right at this moment, right at this time, where you are, what you're working on will help keep an even keel going for you, less stress in your life, less anxiety, and more joy. And who the fuck doesn't want more joy? I do. I don't know about you, but I do. I love having more joy in my life. So, with that said, thank you for allowing me to create my little diagrams here that probably look like a second grader did because I was playing, and that's okay. Someday I'll be more, I don't know, whatever I'll be to have real pretty diagrams, I guess. But for someone who's not technical savvy and not doing everything the way others do. I was trying to think of how I wanted to say that in a way that felt good to me to say it, and that's okay. I'm in the process of growing. I'm always in the process of growing. So, thank you for joining me for Thriving on Thursdays. If you want to stay connected with me, I'm not just here on Facebook, if this is where you found it. You can find me on Instagram at Coach Karen Drosnes. You can follow me by signing up at my website, www.sensual, sensual, over 60.com. Sensual over 60 is one word. And you can connect with me also on LinkedIn at Karen Drosnes. I hope you enjoyed playing with me today and being here. I loved being here with you, and I wish you nothing but a perfectly aligned day. Have a good one, folks. See ya.